The Police Welfare Association continues to show support for officers charged in connection with the August 2014 death of Joshua Etienne of Portsmouth. An OECS plan of action takes into account repairing Erica's damage to Dominica's agriculture, and the Child Abuse Prevention Unit concerned about a rise in child abuse cases for 2015. Hello everyone, I'm Idona John Baptist with the Channel 5 News. Details after this. Welcome back. First up in the news, head of the Police Welfare Association has vowed to continue rallying support for 5 police officers facing murder and manslaughter charges. Police Constable Jefferson Drago has asked his colleagues to have patience while they await their trial in March.
Well, we have done all what we can. We have brought up the money for the bail, but bail was denied by the High Court of Justice. And as I said before, we must abide by the laws of the land and must abide by any decision the court takes. However, on the other hand, we are supporting them, we are visiting them, we are providing for them as much as we can.
The officers are accused of the death of Joshua Etienne, who was found dead in his cell at the Portsmouth police station on August 5, 2014, a day after he had been arrested for the alleged possession of ammunition. Sergeant Hayden Morgan and Orlan Vigil were released on bail since their formal charge was read to them, and Morgan's charge was later reduced to manslaughter. Delvin Challenger, Martin Seaman, and woman police officer Gemma Louis are currently on remand at the Stock Farm State Prison. 3
police officers are members of the Police Welfare Association. They pay their dues. Some of them, in the instance of Seaman, he paid his dues for 24 years. So we have an obligation to assist them. And Gemma Louis, Corporal Gemma Louis, and Devin Challenger, and Vigil. We'll support them as long as they're up there.
Drago says while his colleagues who are on remand look physically okay, mentally they are not.
As a serious ordeal, they're going through serious, serious circumstances they're going through there. We have asked government for legal representation acting under Section 98 of the police regulations. However, that was denied. That was denied by the Attorney General. So we are moving on to see what we can do on our own for them. Okay. We will raise our own money for them between the Police Welfare Association and the families of the police officers.
In other major developments, the revitalization of Dominica's agriculture industry from the effects of Tropical Storm Erica is the focus of an OECS agriculture meeting here. The 2-day OECS Agriculture Focal Points meeting, which began on Wednesday, will tackle issues facing agriculture in the region. The region's agriculture plan of action, which is in the process of implementation, is also being discussed.
We are challenged by resources. We are challenged by climate and weather, and climate change is a big issue in our way with regards to how we approach implementation of the plan with regards to climate change and the weather events. As we well understand, agriculture is a science, it's a biological process, and is affected by the environment, is affected by weather, is affected by financial and human resources. And therefore we are looking at all these matters and in terms of how we cope with the challenges.
The workshop aims to develop a multi-sector approach in boosting agriculture and its benefits within the region.
The main aim of this plan is to reduce food import bill that is very high in all countries, and also we're trying to work with the food and nutrition security. When we're talking about food and nutrition security, it doesn't mean only agriculture. It's more broader approach. We're talking about health, reduction of non-communicable diseases. We're talking about obesity, education, change of food choices. It's also about the linking producers with the market. So we're here to speak about it, to discuss the experience in every country and how we can bring it together in OECS context.
Governments are being urged to come on board to ensure the quick implementation of the Agriculture Plan of Action.
One of the major challenges of the rate of implementation of the Plan of Action, which includes food and nutrition security policy, is that of governance. And the two-day meeting is a meeting of permanent secretaries and who are essentially the focal points for agriculture in the OECS countries. We are hoping that at the end of the 2 days that we would have developed that governance structure and how we, as a region, accelerate the pace of implementation.
On the court scene, opposition leader Lennox Linton and members of cabinet are expected to return to court on Thursday, where the trial into a defamation case against Linton will begin. The matter was scheduled to be heard on Monday. However, Linton's attorney, Gildon Richards, told the court that he had not yet presented submissions to the court and he would be ready to do so on Thursday. As a result, Justice Bernie Stevenson adjourned the matter to Thursday with no objection from attorney Lennox Lawrence and senior counsel Anthony Astafan, the legal team for the claimants. While addressing a United Workers' Party youth rally in May 2014 at St. Joseph, Linton alleged that government ministers were upholding extortion of sexual services from young women who were seeking assistance from the public purse. He accused the government of protecting, I quote, rapist ministers, end quote. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit, Attorney General Levi Peter, and all members of cabinet are suing Linton for slander and have asked that he pay $1 million EC in compensation. Linton was served with legal papers in relation to the case in June 2014. In other news, a sustainable plan for the Public Works Corporation could soon reach the hands of Public Works Minister Ian Pinard. Pinard told Channel 5 News PwC's recently appointed general manager and newly installed board are working together on a way forward for the bankrupt statutory firm.
The Public Works Corporation is a bankrupt company. We've employed a new general manager in December. We think that he will turn the company around in terms of what has to be done. Ian, together with the board, is working on a plan, a comprehensive plan, in terms of a sustainable plan for the corporation. I'm hoping that I'll have it on my desk this month. We just renewed, the board expired in January. We just have a new board now. So we're hoping that in February that I can get that report and we'll do a necessary assessment in terms of what has to be done. With the necessary decision as to what has to be done in the Public Works Corporation.
The trade union representing PwC staff is pursuing legal action against management to obtain redundancy pay for some 20 employees. They filed for redundancy after being put on an extended layoff by management, citing financial difficulties as a result. Although Titus Francis, who's chairman of PwC board, publicly said late last year that they had agreed to pay staff who were made redundant, Pinard admits the corporation's financial position remains the same.
They haven't received anything from the board yet in terms of that, but I know the board is trying to resolve the situation with the 20 that was laid off last year. You know, as I said earlier in the earlier interview, that we can't take or we can't pay if you don't have. And at the end of the day, the corporation doesn't have the necessary work right now.
You're watching Channel 5 News. More when we return. Thanks for staying with us. Coordinator of the Child Abuse Prevention Unit says the statistics for the past 5 years show over 1,090 cases of child abuse. The incidence of child abuse has also increased for 2015. Statistics show 189 cases as compared to 170 in 2014. Head of the Child Abuse Prevention Unit of the Social Welfare Division, Gemma Azil Lewis, revealed the data at a book launching ceremony on Wednesday for children of grade K to 11 years.
And out of that 189, 128 of these were sexual-related matters. 73 cases out of this 189 were children within the ages of 0 to 10 years. So So it shows that our children as young as babies are being abused. Sadly, again, you know, when our children are abused, it is by the persons who they know. Most of the time, by the persons who they know, the persons whom they love, the persons who they trust. The very same persons who are supposed to protect them.
Lewis is calling on all sectors to come together to address the growing issue of child abuse in Dominica.
We have to all take a stand to stop the abuse of our children. It is all well and good to say that our children are our future. It's good to say that. But if we do not do what is right or what is best or what is fitting for the care and protection of our children, now what kind of future are we going to have? It is a matter of national importance, and I firmly believe that if all sectors we come together, we work together with one focus, and while making available all the necessary resources to combat the societal ill, we can help save our nation's children.
Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has cried down those who commit predial larceny in the country. The Prime Minister says the issue of stealing crops hurts the hard work of farmers. He wants farmers to capitalize on various support programs the government has made available for them.
It's a tax-free business, as I said, tax-free business, highly subsidized inputs, technical support on the farm, free technical support. In other countries, for a government representative to come on your farm, you have to pay him. You have to pay the government for the service. But here it is free. We give you planting material. All of these things are free. We cannot not plant, and then when the huckster comes and you say, well, if I know I would have planted dashing, because look now, the huckster asking for 500 pounds of dashing. And then what happens? People do not plant, and they want money, and quick money. There's an issue of predial larceny. People stealing people's crop.
The Prime Minister says predial larceny is of grave concern across the region, and other countries have taken serious steps to address that problem.
For example, in some Caribbean countries, I don't want to call the names, but they have courts, they have a magistrate court just for predial larceny, for people stealing people's farm produce. There's a magistrate who deals only with that issue. I'll tell you how serious it is. But I know we do not have that issue in Penville. I'm speaking to the wider public. It's a major concern to farmers. Fellas stealing cow, they stealing pig, you know, dashing, plantains, everything. You know, and it is this happening to farmers who have to work so hard to plant. And
on the education scene, 5 students of the Dominica State College have received assistance to pursue their degree in agriculture.
The scholarship recipients are Rikisha Francis, Kieran John Lewis, Keanu Winston, Shay Seaman, and Alia LeBlanc. This was made possible through the granting of scholarships from the Banana Accompanying Measures BAM program.
The Banana Accompanying Measures, the BAM program, is funded by the European Union. Imagine, the European Union has provided grant funds, which means no payback terms, to enhance the competitiveness and increase the productivity of the agricultural sector. In programming for the BAM over 5 years ago, it was therefore paramount that support be given to youth in agriculture, as the agriculture industry is one of the few industries with implications for rural employment and national development.
Dean of the Faculty of Applied Arts and Technology says the agriculture program at the Dominica State College helps to position the students to benefit from agriculture in Dominica.
The Associate in Science degree in agriculture is designed to facilitate students' understanding and fundamental principles and practices in associated disciplines of agriculture locally, the agricultural sector locally and regionally. It is a general agriculture program which prepares students for advanced studies in agriculture as well as employment.
President of the Dominica State College says young people becoming involved in agriculture will help to meet the population's demand for agricultural produce.
We need young agriculturists to diversify our farm productivity, modernize our farm practice, create downstream industries related to agriculture, and to make the land the pot of gold. Nearly 1 billion people around the globe suffer from food insecurity. Global demand for food is expected to surpass the productivity of food around the globe. And when we think of climate change and increasing population growth that are currently affecting the production of food, we can recognize how critical agriculture is to the world, and more so to Dominica.
The Peace Corps is continuing a regional project to improve literacy at primary schools. A three-day workshop to launch the second annual Peace Corps Primary Literacy Program took place on Tuesday. The workshop involves Peace Corps volunteers and counterpart teachers from Dominica and Grenada.
Volunteers and teachers will engage in various sessions on literacy intervention and other best practices in literacy. The main thrust is a balanced literacy approach. These strategies that that Peace Corps has embraced are endorsed by international research, and they have also been endorsed by the local youth that prove to be locally successful. We expect that what you learn here today will not only ignite just the grade 1, 2, and 3 for which we are responsible, but it will ignite a movement towards a whole school policy where the balanced literacy approach is taught throughout the school.
Each Peace Corps volunteer will be assigned to a school for 2 years under the Peace Corps Eastern Caribbean project.
It's an intensive collaboration. It is not infinite, but it is very intensive, and our deep desire is that our Peace Corps volunteers will be able to work hand in hand with all of you counterpart teachers to help to introduce some additional activities and ideas in teaching children how to read. Why has Peace Corps decided to focus so intensively on literacy? There is virtually nothing we can accomplish in this life if we don't know how to read. Reading is the fundamental building block of so many things.
That's news. Your sports highlights up next. First up in sports, some schools are in a better position to groom their students in the field of cricket. This as Scotiabank donated cricket kits to the schools on Tuesday. 2 charitable institutions looking after the welfare of children also benefited. Scotiabank has been the official sponsor of kiddies cricket for 16 years.
This is all part of Scotiabank's commitment to West Indies cricket. We share your passion for the sport, and like you, we want to see the West Indies reach the very top once again at every level. We hope that this donation today will be part of our contribution to making that happen by giving our very youngest cricketers the tools and support they need so that they can all grow the sport.
The beneficiaries of the cricket kits are Chances, Pioneer Prep, Operation Youthquake, Trafalgar Primary, Wesley High School and Savin Pie Primary. Still in cricket, defending champions of the United Insurance Under-20 tournament, Dominica State College smashed Portsmouth Secondary to an innings and 36 runs defeat on Tuesday. PSS batted first to retire on 33 all-out at Benjamin's Park. Lee Lewisi took 6 for 16 and Siobhan Dorset 4 for 16 for DSC. The defending champs declared on 89 without loss. Dion Burton scored 51 not out and Josiah Hilton 29 not out. Meantime, at Botanic Gardens, the Pierre Charles and Isaiah Thomas Secondary Schools played in a match in the Under-20 tournament that stirred some controversy on the field of play. PCSS batted first, scoring 106. Alec Athenas scored 22. Ajayi Roye took 5 for 19 and Micah Joseph 3 for 40 for Isaiah Thomas Secondary. ITSS replied with 60. Curly Alphos scored 27. Alec Athenas took 7 wickets for PCSS. Pierre Charles Secondary in the second innings clocked out on 40. Ajayi Roye picked up 5 for 23 and Micah Joseph 4 for 11 for ITSS. The Isaiah Thomas Secondary needed 87 for victory when scorers had them all out on 86. ITSS then disapproved of the scorers' decision to declare them out. The matter now rests in the hands of the sports division for a solution. Let's put on our boots for some football action as the DFA Division 1 League continues Thursday. Trafalgar FC will go head-to-head with rivals Cube Cheese Barbershop Bath Estate at the Newtown playing field. That match begins at 5 p.m. and the playoff rounds will begin next week. That's it for sports. Until next time. And it's time now to take a look into our past with Flashback.
Welcome to another Flashback segment. On this week's segment, we go back to the year 1996. Do you remember which vibrant young ladies contested for the 1996 Miss Dominica Carnival Queen pageant? I know, you need some time to get this one right. Let our clip help you remember.
I'm standing out here at the Caprice Hair Studio where the Carnival Queen contestants are getting ready for their big night tonight. They're presently in the process of getting their hair done and, you know, all those little things. So let's go in and see what they have to say about their night and how they feel going into the competition tonight. How is the relationship between all the contestants? Do you find that there's a oneness between you all?
Yes, there is, and I hope that even after the show that we can continue to be as close as we are now.
So you think that a queen show of this nature tends to, let's say, improve on self-esteem for young ladies?
Yes, it does, because it has helped me a lot. It has helped me a lot and helped me in every way. It has made me self-confident, it has made me self-conscious, the way I move, the way I look on the streets, and everything about me has improved.
What do you think the other girls, what kind of competition do you think they'll give you?
It's a very tight competition, very tight, because we are all beautiful young ladies, we are all talented, and we are all going out there to give it our best shot.
I see you're getting your hair prepared for this evening. How do you feel, though, going into the show tonight?
Oh, I'm very excited, actually. I feel like I'm going to play a basketball or netball match.
So what can the crowd expect from you tonight, Kristen?
They'll just have to wait for a surprise, I guess. It's going to be very interesting, I can tell you. So don't miss it, be there.
So Leandro, what's up? How you feel for tonight?
I'm just waiting for the moment to reach. I'm feeling excited. I got up this morning thinking about the show, and I just feel like everything is going to be great.
Now, you participated in, last year you were in Miss WAP Duet. So do you think that helped you for this Queen show?
Yes, it did. It helped me a lot. It gave me some motivation to go on.
Why did you take part in the show?
Well, actually, in the past, my participation in Carnival has always been restricted, to jumping up and that sort of thing. So I decided this year, why not play a more positive role in Carnival? So therefore, I decided to take part in the competition.
Wow, it's unbelievable how excited and motivated the young ladies were then, and how the queens of today are still as excited and refined after participating in the national pageant. Priscilla Sedgeville was the lucky lady to walk away with the crown, but by the look of things, each lady walked away with the gift of learning how to be a queen in the world for life. Thanks for joining us on another Flashback segment. I am Janik Delmar Samuel, and today, thanks to Queen's Jewelry for my crown and allowing me to feel like a queen for 5 minutes. See you next week on another segment of Flashback.
We've been having some rain lately, but how much more can we expect? The weather report is next.
Hello, good evening. Welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I will be your presenter for this evening, Farah Rock Career. Weak instability produced partly cloudy to cloudy skies across the Lesser Antilles today, and some low-level clouds produced generally cloudy conditions across Dominica today. Earlier radar imagery indicated some scattered showers concentrated mainly in the central portion of the Lesser Antilles. The weather tonight is expected to be partly cloudy to cloudy with scattered showers, and also some breezy conditions are expected. Similar conditions are expected to persist into tomorrow. The marine conditions will be moderate and waves are expected to be up to 8 feet. Small craft operators and sea bathers, please do exercise caution. The weather for the next 3 days, well, tomorrow, Thursday, partly cloudy to cloudy with scattered showers and some breezy conditions expected. An increasing cloudiness is expected on Friday, and partly cloudy to cloudy skies are expected for Saturday. For the rest of the Caribbean tomorrow, weak instability will continue to produce generally cloudy skies across the Lesser Antilles with some scattered showers. On the international scene, beautiful clear skies are expected over New York and Beijing, and partly cloudy conditions over Miami, London, and Caracas. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6:29 a.m. and the sun will set at 6:10 p.m. Feel free to visit our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Join us tomorrow evening for our next weather broadcast. Thank you.
To end the news, the headlines again. The Police Welfare Association continues to show support for officers charged in connection with the August 2014 death of Joshua Etienne of Portsmouth. An OECS plan of action takes into account repairing Erica's damage to Dominica's agriculture, and the Child Abuse Prevention Unit concerned about a rise in child abuse cases for 2015. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com and check out our previous newscasts on the YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I'm Idona John Baptist. Thanks for watching. Join us again tomorrow.